Your brain isn't running out of fuel, it's simply overloading one very specific cognitive circuit. A strategically timed 30-second pause is all it takes to instantly reset it. This isn't just about feeling less tired, it's a profound neurological hack that can restore your peak mental capacity, boosting concentration by 13% while cutting mental fatigue in half. Think about that. You are about to understand the precise neurological mechanism behind what scientists call directed attention fatigue and how a specific, ultra-short pause can completely reroute your brain's processing pathways, preventing cognitive burnout. You will discover how this insight doesn't just improve your workday, it fundamentally alters your relationship with your own mind. Our most demanding cognitive tasks, the ones that require deep focus, problem-solving, and decision-making, rely heavily on a specialized system within your brain known as the directed attention network. This network, predominantly centered in the prefrontal cortex, is responsible for consciously guiding your focus, filtering out distractions, and sustaining effortful concentration on a single goal. It's the brain's executive assistant, constantly managing priorities and suppressing irrelevant information. Now, here's the critical insight. This network operates on a finite, albeit renewable, set of neural resources. It's not like the entire brain is running out of energy. Rather, this specific attentional system becomes temporarily depleted, like a muscle that's been held under continuous tension for too long. Consider the analogy of a high-speed data connection. When you're intensely focused, your directed attention network is routing a massive amount of information through a very specific, high-bandwidth channel. While incredibly efficient for goal-oriented tasks, this sustained effort doesn't allow for the necessary cool-down or recalibration that other brain networks receive. As a result, the neural resources within that specific pathway become less effective. It's like trying to maintain a perfectly clear, high-definition video stream through a channel that is slowly becoming congested. The signal doesn't entirely disappear, but it degrades, pixelates, and lags. This phenomenon, directed attention fatigue, was extensively explored by Stephen Kaplan and Rachel Kaplan in their seminal work on attention restoration theory, first formalized around 1989. Their research and subsequent studies revealed that prolonged engagement of directed attention leads to a measurable decrease in attentional capacity, an increase in distractibility, and a general feeling of mental exhaustion. It's not just a subjective feeling, it's a tangible reduction in your brain's ability to perform its executive functions. When this specific network is fatigued, your ability to inhibit impulses, to plan, and to stay on task diminishes significantly. You might find yourself checking your phone more often, staring blankly at your screen, or rereading the same sentence multiple times without comprehension. How often do you push past that feeling, thinking more effort is the answer? It's not willpower failing you. It's a specific neural circuit needing a moment of rest. The truly groundbreaking part, the recovery from this particular fatigue doesn't require sleep or even a long break. It requires a specific type of pause, one that deliberately disengages the directed attention network and allows other, more passive brain networks to activate. The implications for your daily productivity are nothing short of revolutionary. This subtle, often overlooked neurological shift fundamentally changes everything about how you approach focused work. Imagine beginning a complex project, fully engaged, making swift progress. Then, after perhaps 30 or 40 minutes, you feel that familiar mental fog begin to descend. Your reading speed slows, your analysis becomes muddled, and errors creep into your work. This isn't a sign of weakness, it's your directed attention network signaling its depletion. For most people, the instinct is to push harder, to grit their teeth and power through. But what if that instinct is precisely the wrong strategy? Consider a study by Alejandro Lleras and Rebecca Arriga from 2011, published in the journal Cognition. They demonstrated that brief diversions, even for just a few seconds, could dramatically improve sustained attention on a prolonged task. In their experiments, participants performed a monotonous, attention-demanding task for an extended period. One group was allowed short, pre-scheduled breaks to briefly switch to a different, less demanding task, or simply rest their eyes. The results were striking. The group that incorporated these micro breaks maintained higher levels of performance throughout the entire session, experiencing significantly less mental fatigue than the group that pushed through without interruption. Let's visualize the impact. Picture two individuals, both tackling an intricate data analysis report. The first, operating under the traditional power-through mindset, sits for 2 consecutive hours. By the 90-minute mark, their processing speed has slowed by an estimated 20%. They've made 4 critical data entry errors, and their overall comprehension has declined. They feel mentally drained, their brain a heavy, uncooperative mass. Now, envision the second individual, informed by neuroscience. Every 25 minutes, they consciously implement a 30-second micro-break. During those tiny windows, they shift their gaze away from the screen, allow their mind to drift, and consciously disengage from the report. By the end of 2 hours, this person has completed the analysis not only 15% faster, but with 0 critical errors, and they still possess a significant reserve of mental clarity. The difference is measurable, stark, and repeatable. The individual who took strategic pauses didn't just feel better, they performed better. Their cognitive resources consistently replenished. This is the difference between struggling against your brain's natural limitations and working intelligently with its inherent operating system. This is about unlocking a quantifiable increase in cognitive throughput, not just feeling vaguely refreshed. Armed with this understanding, you can now implement specific brain-based strategies to optimize your attention and minimize fatigue. These aren't vague suggestions, they are precise neurological interventions. Firstly, adopt the fixed interval reset. This technique is about proactivity. Set a timer for 25 minutes of focused work. When that timer sounds, immediately initiate a 30-second micro break. During this brief window, your objective is complete disengagement from your current task. Absolutely no screens, no checking messages, no planning. Instead, simply shift your gaze to a distant object, a tree outside your window, a spot on the ceiling, or even a blank wall. Allow your eyes to defocus slightly and let your mind drift passively. The neurological goal here is to activate your brain's default mode network, which is responsible for mind wandering and creative thought, thereby allowing your directed attention network a crucial moment of rest and restoration. This specific duration, 30 seconds, is long enough to initiate the neural shift, but short enough to prevent you from losing momentum or getting sidetracked. The expected brain response is an immediate, palpable feeling of cognitive renewal, allowing you to re-engage with your task with refreshed clarity and focus, almost as if you just started. Secondly, implement the micro-mind wander. This is about reactive intervention. Instead of waiting for a timer, pay close attention to the very first subtle internal cues of mental fatigue. Perhaps your eyes begin to glaze over, or you catch yourself rereading a sentence for the 3rd time without absorbing its meaning, or a wave of mild restlessness washes over you. The moment you detect these nascent signs of attention degradation, immediately close your eyes for a mere 15 seconds. Do not try to think. Do not try to solve a problem. Do not try to plan. Just allow your thoughts to meander without purpose. This brief, intentional disengagement disrupts the escalating cycle of directed attention fatigue before it fully takes hold. By catching the fatigue at its earliest stage, you prevent deeper depletion of your neural resources. The expected result is an immediate arrest of the fatigue onset, maintaining a higher level of processing power throughout your work session, preventing that downward spiral into mental sluggishness. And thirdly, leverage the sensory shift anchor. This technique is for transitioning between tasks, particularly when moving from a less demanding activity to a highly focused one. Before diving into a new, cognitively intensive project, consciously take a 60-second break. During this minute, deliberately engage one single, non-digital sensory input with intense focus. It could be the subtle, earthy aroma of your coffee, the unique texture of the wooden desk beneath your fingertips, the distant hum of traffic outside, or the warmth of a mug in your hand. The key is singular, deliberate focus on one passive sensory experience. This process effectively cleanses the neural slate, engaging different sensory processing pathways in your brain and providing a distinct separation from the previous mental state. This ensures you're not carrying over residual cognitive load from your last activity. The expected brain response is an enhanced state of readiness for the new cognitive challenge, leading to improved task initiation, sharper initial focus, and a significant reduction in the typical ramp-up time for deep work. You are no longer simply taking a break. You are actively engaging in the sophisticated management of your most vital cognitive resources. You are not a machine meant to push through until exhaustion. You are a finely tuned biological supercomputer with specific operating requirements. You are becoming a cognitive architect, understanding and manipulating the very operating system of your mind. You now perceive your focus not as a finite battery that drains irreversibly, but as a renewable resource managed with precision and profound respect for its neurological underpinnings. This isn't about avoiding work. It's about making every moment of your work exponentially more effective. Mastering these neurological resets isn't merely about feeling less tired. It's about fundamentally altering your cognitive architecture for sustained peak performance. You now possess the keys to a more effective, more fluid interaction with your own brain's incredible capacity, specifically its directed attention network. Apply these principles, integrate these 30-second micro breaks into your daily rhythm, and witness the profound transformation in your daily output and mental clarity. You will experience a consistency in your focus and a resilience against fatigue that was previously unimaginable. And know this, the insights we've just uncovered are only the beginning. There are deeper, even more profound secrets of your brain awaiting discovery, insights that will unlock abilities you didn't even know you possessed. What comes next will build on this foundation in ways you cannot yet imagine.